folks, Matt here with Gulf Coast Fit. I'm working on my shoulder integrity, specifically the posterior delts, but really this is a well-rounded shoulder integrity circuit that I'm going to share with you. It doesn't take more than about 5 to 10 minutes, and it pays huge dividends because your shoulders certainly take a beating regardless of what your activity or what your sport is, or even if you just work out a lot for life. So shoulders are a very exposed joint, ball and socket joint, that has a lot of opportunity to become imbalanced or incur injury. And something like this can certainly help if you sprinkle this in throughout your training. We could be towards the end of a workout, towards the beginning of a training session, depending on what you're doing. It's good activation exercise for the scapulas and delts. Again, just plug it in how it fits you specifically. So, let's start down on the ground. This is a prone, face down shoulder routine, so everything we're doing is face down. Repetitions, not that high. We're not trying to burn it out. Say anywhere between 6 and 12 reps, almost as if each set is a little bit of a tease, but it does add up and it becomes pretty challenging. So, and again, my face sandy in the name of your gains. Face down, palms out, arms straight. First, we're going to start with some prone rear delt flies. So what I'm doing is retracting my shoulder blades and lifting my palms up towards the sky, or my palms away from the ground, excuse me. Lifting the back of my hand up towards the sky. Make sure you're controlling the descent too. Even though this is a short range of motion, we want to control the positive and the negative, the concentric and eccentric phase. Give you a couple more. Alright, so I'm going to bring my arms extended out above my head now, out in front of me. I'm going to have my thumbs pointing up. And now I'm going to lift one arm at a time, doing alternating overhead raises or alternating front raises. Scoot back a little bit more so you can see this. Again, rest your head on the ground. What I really like about stuff like this is it totally exposes inadequacies in shoulder range of motion, and I'm definitely in the tight shoulder club, and so these keep me very humble as far as shoulder work goes. These will be 6 to 12 on each side, and yes, you can do them with your head up, but I like to keep the head down, keep the neck relaxed. What I like about these is it's hitting the mid to lower trapezius in the middle of my back. So even though my arm is what's coming up and down, I'm lifting from the scapulas and from the mid back. Alright, moving right along. A different angle here. We're going to bring the hands back out to the sides, and instead of palms down, we're going to go thumbs up. And externally rotating the shoulder and supinating the hand gives us a rear delt raise that focuses more on the posterior delts, whereas palms down focused a little bit more on the medial delts. So very similar, but this small change does make a difference. Thumbs up. I guess you can't see my thumbs. There we go. Go with both hands simultaneously. Give you 8 reps there. We're going to go back into our Y position with the arms extended above head, and this time we're going to do an alternating, or no, this is a Y raise. Instead of alternating, we're going to lift both hands at the same time, which is a little bit harder than the first one we did like this. Try to keep the arms straight. It really helps if you contract your core, your glutes and your abdominals every time you lift. Remember to lower your hands down, don't just let them fall to the ground. Lower them down. integrity here. Now we're going to do some W raises, which is just like they sound. We're making a W with your arms. And we're going to have your palms facing down on the ground. This focuses a little bit more on external shoulder rotation. You can see me here. Palms are down, forearms on the ground. You can see my elbows are bent the entire time. And I'm bringing my palms away from the ground, which focuses on external shoulder rotation, amongst other things. Still hitting the scapular retraction, bit of a posterior scapular tilt. Squeezing my glutes and my abs every time I lift. And again, you can do these with your head off the ground, work your spinal erectors up your cervical spine and thoracic spine a little bit more. But when you're going face down, it's a little bit more to the point of shoulder maintenance. I'm not counting reps. I know it's between 6 and 12, but I'm really going by the feel. Last up, we're going to do some around the world or some alternating shoulder raises. So, side view here. I'm going to start with one arm up and one arm down by your side. You're going to lift both arms simultaneously and then swing them around to the opposite position. Pick them up. Swing them around, set them down. Pick them up, swing them around, set them down. Pick them up, swing them around, set them down. Six to 12 on each direction. And again, I'm in the tight shoulder club. You can see I'm not getting my hands off the ground very far. Means I'm getting a whole lot out of this. We all can. Now what I really like about these is the emphasis on upward and downward scapular rotation. Scapula rotates up and down. Well, there you have it, the first prone shoulder rehab or shoulder integrity sequence. Give it a go. Spend 5 or 10 minutes doing that. It's not about burning it out. It's about teaching the right muscles to activate, working on your shoulder control, and a bit of shoulder mobility. So something like this is usually pretty humbling because it looks easy, it is simple, but very challenging to do under control with good quality. Have fun. Catch you next time.